Hey folks, welcome back to Bama Performance and Vintage Chainsaws. You're back with your host Nick the Forster. It's tonight. I got a new saw, and I'm kind of excited to share it with you. This is another Mcculloch, but it's from across the water. It's a little bit of a strange bird. Not my usual go-tos. The late 90s Italian Max. I saw this one come up for sale. This is not local. I've been kind of after one of these. Really was looking for a 70cc, but I believe this one's 60cc, so it should be pretty good. So let me, introduce you to it. It's not like your typical 3516 or 3216, where they are. The Chinese ones. This is an Italian-made Mac. About a little faction that was started over there. Like I said, it was around 96 to 98, right before they went out. Not a whole lot of these were made. There's very little known about them. Even in the Mac community, there's not a whole lot known. So yeah, they're kind of odd. I believe they're truly made by like Oleo Mac is really who made them, but I could be wrong. Like I said, there's not a whole lot out there about these. What I do know is it's 60cc. This one's in actually pretty decent shape. Most everything's plastic. Starter housing, top cover, handle. It is anti-vibe, and it is a spring anti-vibe, which is pretty cool. Spring on this side. I can't tell if it's rubber on this end or not. And it's actually, this reminds me exactly like a Johnson. It really looks like my Johnson 920. Hold on a second. That's exactly what it set up like. So they may have taken some notions off of Johnson for this. Mainly because this back anti-vibe here, the anti-vibe right here on the handle, and the anti-vibe right up here. I'd say they take notions off of Johnson or Partner for this model. But let's see how she is. I ain't started it, ain't done diddly with it. So, let's see. Do we have compression? Ooh, that's good compression. I think this is the only vertical Mac that I have. Let's see what she looks like underneath there. We may do a compression test on it to see what it's at. Just because it feels like it's got a lot, depending on how the starter is set up, it could not have a lot. So I know in this series, this is a Mcculloch Titan 620. There's like a Titan 60, Titan 70, 560, and 620. 620 is, I believe, 60 cc's. The 560 is 56 or 57. There's also like the Titan 70cc, and there's one that's really rare that I'd love to find, which is a Pro Max 72. And they look more like your typical steel of that era, like a 038, or no, sorry, like a 044. But let's see what we got here. All right, intake block like a Husqvarna 55. It's odd. That's a really odd throttle cable. I'll bring y'all in here and show you. Looks like we're missing a boot, but that's no issue. That can't ground out on anything. So, it's what she looks like. I said, looks like a Husqvarna intake boot. That looks exactly like a 55 intake boot right here. Or not intake boot, but intake block. Or a Partner, I guess, for that matter. Looks exactly like that, too. The coil arrangement is exactly like a Partner. Up here on that mounts on the cylinder. What else? else we got? Let's see. Let's just dig into it just a little bit. We'll see if we got spark and whatnot. See what this air filter looks like. Does not have a manual oiler like all the other Macs. It's just an automatic. I do have a side cover for it. Is it a 2-piece filter? Or do I have to pull all these out? Let's see. That one's loose. That one's loose. Looks like a... Is that a Walbro WJ? It sure looks like a WJ. What are you? That looks exactly like a Walbro WJ, and that's a big carb for a 60cc saw. Let's see. I don't know where I put my flashlight from the other night. Oh, sitting here right beside me. That would be, sure enough, WJ45. That's a huge carb, one of these saws. I mean, absolutely massive. Looks like your typical, probably got a gasket between this partition and the cylinder, and I see it's just a gasket between the partition and the carb. That's a massive carb for one of these. I bet this thing runs like a scalded dog, or at least it should, with the size carb that's on it. I'll show you what I'm talking about with the funky throttle linkage. Do you see that cable right here? Right there? Watch it. Very, very crude cable operation. Looks like fuel lines, like your typical 1010 fuel line, so that's interesting. Air filter, a lot to be desired. I mean, it's a decent, looks like it does let fines through. Just from there, it does let some fines through, so we'll have to be cognizant of that. Does look like it probably will have to grease the mounting surface because it looks like it leaks. It's probably where all fines come through at. Let's put that back on before we lose it. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. That's it. This is, if the ProMac A200 was the last of the great 82cc's, it was kind of the last hurrah for them. This was the last ditch effort. This lineup, the Titan lineup, is the last ditch effort for Mcculloch, the absolute last before they went bankrupt. They were trying to, I guess, get some of the market share from Husqvarna, Johnsrud. Well, actually, by that time, it was Husqvarna and Steel. That's about who had the market. So, yeah, you cannot find a lot of parts for these. Y'all see, it's a fairly decent sized clutch for 62. It is a rim sprocket. Oil pump is under here. Looks like they used a spacer. I'm not sure exactly what bar mount this is. Do have a bar plate. So this is kind of like a Steel or Husqvarna. It's a magnesium case, painted, but the handle's plastic. Like I said, everything else is plastic besides that. Guess let's see if we got spark. I got one right here. Well, we'll pull the plug out, which, no, I've got, suck it up here. Bingo. There's my wrench. Ugh. It was a little tight. See what our plug looks like. See if she was rich or lean, and definitely rich. See what the back of our exhaust looks like. Ooh, that's pretty. That is gorgeous in there. I can't tell on the piston, but kind of looks like maybe has a hint of a pop-up. That wall, cylinder wall, looks fantastic. Pretty nice exhaust port shape too. And she looks fabulous in there. Let's see if we got spark. I bet money we do. If not, that looks exactly like a partner coil or a so I got a partner right here. Yeah, it looks very similar to a partner coil or a almost like a 72 coil. 272 coil. Let's see. Let's see if we got something. Ooh, we got good spark. I don't know if y'all be able to see that. Y'all might. Got really good spark. So I'll have to figure out some better solution for that. This is a Champion RCJ plug, RCJ7. A good plug. Let's see what the rest of it looks like. Looks like a 2-piece muffler. Got a outlet right here. These aren't fish gills. They're just perforations. I don't know really why it would be like that, but that's what it is. Now we check in there, see what she looks like. I'll have to bend up those tabs. Don't want to bend them too far. That one's already up. Believe that's going to be our guy. And we got a 4 or 5, probably a 4mm. Do I have it down here? Maybe it right there. Got a little bit of crud down in there. Let's see. See if we can get that out. So we can get a nice bite into it. That's what I use picks a lot for. It's just cleaning gunk out. Let's give her a gander, see if we can get in there. There we go. Came out easy enough. I said it was their first go at really a vertical cylinder that I know of, besides the Chinese ones. I don't know if these go all the way through, or if looks like they go all the way through. Heck, if I can find an additional cylinder for this, I may port this, depending on how it runs. Like I said, 60 cc's. What I have been able to find, they're sold up to, I think, a 24-inch bar. So, not a big powerhouse, probably, but we will see. Let's get a look in here. Got a little bit of a cobweb. There's 2-piece with a spark arrestor screen in there, as you can see. Imagine we can get rid of that to run a little bit better. Does not have anything really actually over the opening, so fairly a reasonably an open can. I think we can pull that screen off of there. So this port looks good. Looks like it is a single ring piston. Yep, one fat single ring. She does have 2 scuffs on the piston, but nothing terrible. Yeah, nothing awful. Two scuffs of 1 big fat ring. Let's go ahead and pull that off. Is that 1 piece? Nope. So we will delete that. Like I said, we don't need it. Now for what we're doing, I'll save it in case I ever do want to put it back on there, but not in my wheelhouse. We will leave the spacer in there. We could pop some more holes into it, but I think it'll be just fine. I do believe. Alright, do we want to do a compression check on it? Why not? Let's see where she's at. Let's see. Oh man, she got a nice fat stud to her. I'm gonna make sure that what's it called actually came back out. We'll open up the what's it called all the way. Just a second. Make sure she comes all the way back out. Don't know if this is like an A-B cylinder, but it has 4X. Oh, there goes my wrench. 4XC stamped on the top. So I don't know if it's a C cylinder. Don't know if it matters. Alright, put it down on the ground. Got her throttle opened all the way up. Let's see where she's at. Alright, she's leveled out at about 130. So, there goes to show you, just because it feels like it has a lot, doesn't necessarily mean it does. 130 pounds, definitely runnable. Probably not at the top of its game. I imagine it started off at 140 or 150. Could have been higher, but I imagine that's probably where it started off. Sure, yeah, that popped back down. I don't think we're going to do a restore or rebuild on it, just because, like I said, you cannot find parts for these things. Does have a front mounted pin adjuster. It's a pretty fat pin, being fact, and it's only held in by this plate. It's not appear to have a screw, so I imagine that falls out quite often. Come on. And does not want to work with me. Trying to get back in there. There we go. There we go. Yep, that's how she sits. But yep, there's a quick overview of the Italian Mcculloch 620. Like I said, not an easy saw to come across. Definitely not easy to find parts for. I think they were made for maybe 2 years max. But it's because by 1999, Mcculloch was pretty well gone. So, and I imagine they did not get a lot of market shares, especially this being a Mcculloch factory, Mcculloch Italian factory, or somebody else's factory made for Mcculloch. That not a whole lot of parts are still around, because short time span they were made, and they probably were not overly popular with the other choices at the time. There we go. There we go. Just put it back together real quick. That's, like I said, short little overview. The Mcculloch 620 Italian Mac. There it is right there. Still looking for a piston for a pull-in 4000. I don't trust the Little Red Barn. I haven't done enough research on it, but I know with Max it is a absolute no-go. They like to explode. So I'm going to say they're probably similar with these Poolins. There we go. That should, we can put our locking tab back down and it'll lock up good there. Just titch. Don't want to strip these out. I think that'll be good. Let's use a punch. Punch would be a little bit better. There we go. Should keep it from moving, at least not a whole lot. Same with this guy. That should keep it from moving. Let's finish putting her back together. And I may use it upcoming video cutting just to see what she cuts like. I'll have to find a boot to put over this. Don't know if I have just a boot. There we go. Should be plenty tight. Something like that. Like I said, plug in. It just doesn't have a lot of leverage in the starter assembly. That's why it feels like it's got a ton of compression, when in all actuality it doesn't. So we can put this guy back on. I believe that's it. So yeah, I'm excited to try another plastic Mcculloch. I know the 610s are bulletproof. I don't know how bulletproof this is going to be, just because you don't see them ever. You see 610s time to time, see them pop up on eBay, things like that. You don't find these. So either it's going to be great or it'll be a dud, one or the other. Oh, that one's just a little off. Let's see. Let's loosen that one back up. Try to get this thing in the right spot. That one's tightened up. I'd love to see if I can find new stickers for it, because it is in pretty decent shape. This one's new enough to say Mcculloch Corporation, Tucson, Arizona, even though I know pretty well for a fact these were made in Italy by that point. Still, like I said, still has a sticker over here, still has this back sticker, still has the safety sticker down here. But there is I said, should be an Italian Mac. Don't think it could be anywhere else. I'm pretty positive these were not made over here. It's one reason you don't find them over here. But I believe they are from Italy. I don't know if they're made by FCO, which is Oleo Mac, or this other Olympic. I know those are Italian companies. Alpina is an Italian company. Castor, I think, was an Italian company. So they could have made them for them. But yep, I'm excited. This will be my first vertical cylinder Mac that I will have ran. I know what the horizontals run like. I know what a Pro 55 runs like. We can do a competition between Pro 55, which is 57 cc's, versus the 60, or the Timber Bear 610 in this Titan 620, which that's what, 61 versus 60 here. I think that'd be a good competition. But I think I'm gonna call it a night for tonight. Go looking around for a Poolin 4000 piston. If not, I would just clean that one up. I'll give it maybe another week, and then I know that fella wants to get his Poolin back. And then we're going to finish going back through our, you can see it over here, our Husky 55. I got a new cylinder for it. We're not going to try to reuse that one. It's just too scored up. I thought about honing it, but ain't worth it. I got a Chinese cylinder for one. We will port that to what we want it to. Probably run, I don't have another 028 piston, so we may just run a pop-up Husqvarna 55 piston, and we're going to try to use that carb and intake setup, but we may end up just putting a factory carb back on it. So I appreciate y'all watching. Hope y'all enjoyed what you saw. If you like what you saw, please hit that like button. If you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. And we'll catch you on the next one. Hope y'all have had a great week. Hope you have a great weekend whenever you may be watching this. Have a blessed day, blessed night, and know Jesus loves you. So, till then, till next time, y'all take it easy, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks, y'all. Bye.